The following presentation is intended for mature audiences only and contains elements that are not suitable for some audience members. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Petty Details, where the crew gallivants down a tree-lined lane of conversation on all kinds of different subjects. Join the crew as they jump in the Wayback Machine in the quest for nuggets of knowledge. Our journey will allegedly drop some petty details on you that you didn't know you needed to know until now. Hello, crew.
Hello.
Welcome to Petty Details.
Yes.
Today I've got a wild ride for you.
I always love the look on Meg's face when she's like, buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah. But as always, please subscribe.
Yes.
Please let us know if you want to hear anything. We actually do episodes that you suggest.
Yes.
We love to see your comments, so put those on there.
Mhm.
And yeah. So today I am wearing my allegedly shirt.
Allegedly.
Oh.
We might be using it a couple times.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I felt it appropriate to wear the Ice Fog
Oh,
Band shirt.
okay.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Gone.
Louisiana Freeze. Let's go. 2025.
That's right.
Snow day.
Unprecedented weather.
That's right. And
Yep,
then Monica has
yep.
the hoodie
The
and the
hat.
hat.
And the sweatshirt, the hoodie. Yep, I
Mhm.
went for total comfort today.
Yeah, that's a nice hoodie though,
Our
for
own
real.
petty detail mannequin.
So
Yeah.
comfy.
I
Yes,
should have
She's got
sent
full
Cam
drip.
a hoodie for the snow.
No, yeah. Oh, I was layered.
did
I was
not
layered.
realize he was gonna need it.
Nope.
No,
I
that wasn't
thought,
on my
please.
2025 bingo
No.
card.
Yeah.
No.
It got
All
down
right.
to like -1. It was
Oh,
crazy.
jeez.
Nighttime,
Oh my God.
I was up at like 3 a.m. for some reason. Don't ask me why. And it was like -1 degree outside. I was like, okay. It's like, all right. It's a little cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Meg, your weather got drunk and went down south. You should go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Please
Keep
take it back.
You can
Take
keep
it back. I was like, it's cute for a day. It's cute for maybe 2 days, 3 days. I'm like, okay, it's got to
I'm
go.
done.
It's got to be warm again. I need something.
All right, you guys ready to get into this?
Oh, let's do it.
Okay. Today, we are going to start at the end of the story.
Oh.
And then we can go back to figure out how this all happened.
Ooh, we're
Oh,
gonna
I love that.
Tarantino
I love
it.
that.
Yes, let's
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah.
All right, so in March of 1997, a man
Okay.
named Rio D'Angelo receives a package. In this package are 2 videotapes and a letter.
Oh.
D'Angelo is
Okay.
curious about what he finds in the videos and the letter and drives to a house in Rancho Santa Fe, California, where
Okay.
he finds the back door unlocked. He decides he decides to use a video camera he's brought with him to record what he's seeing.
Oh my gosh. This is a movie.
Right?
It's wilder than a movie. So
Okay.
Oh.
what he sees is 39 people wearing black jumpsuits
Oh.
with black
no.
Nikes and purple sheets over the top part of their bodies that are laid out on beds.
I'm
Okay.
making a 180 out of the out. I'm leaving.
Right? Like
I see
just
that. I'm
spite.
gone.
Yep.
Curiosity will kill me. Honestly.
And you're done.
Yeah.
So an anonymous call comes into 911 reporting a mass suicide. This caller will turn out to be Rio D'Angelo. And when the
Okay.
cops show up, they see the same 39 people, same jumpsuits, same Nikes, same purple sheets, but they also see patches on the side of the jumpsuits that read Heaven Gates Away Team.
Oh my God.
And they
yeah.
also see a computer in the house flashing red alert on the screen.
I now know what's
Mhm.
happening.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
don't think you know how wild this is, though.
No, probably
I
not.
forgot the sheet. Yeah, I forgot that they were all
But the
covered too.
red flag went off of it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so
I can't wait.
what the fuck is this, right?
For
it's a
real
cult.
though. Yeah.
It is the Heaven's Gate cult.
People gotta realize more when they're in a cult. Like, I guess when
That's
you're
the
in it.
whole that's the
Yeah.
whole thing about a cult though, when you're in it.
You don't.
When you're in it, yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Some people do. I mean, some people do recognize it and break free, but not a lot.
Yeah. So we are going to start with our players here.
Okay.
We'll start with Bonnie Nettles,
Okay,
born
love the name.
in 1927 to a Baptist family in Houston.
Okay.
She grows up, becomes a nurse, marries a guy, Joseph, in 1949, has 4 kids. It's
Okay.
all pretty normal
Nice.
Yeah,
until
Right.
pretty
about
standard.
right until about 1972.
The
Okay.
70s.
Right. And Bonnie starts getting into spiritualism.
Okay.
hmm
And she decides that she's going to get into like seances and astrology and mediums,
Oh,
and she's
she's
trying to
diving
talk to
deep.
dead people. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
As one does. I mean, it's like a typical path
Yeah,
almost.
of course.
Right.
Something like that.
So during these seances, she starts talking to a spirit named Brother Francis, who says he's a 19th century monk.
Ah,
Okay.
And he starts giving her instructions. Well, she's also talking to psychics who start telling her that she's going to meet a guy with light hair, a fair complexion, who's tall and mysterious.
who doesn't want to hear that's in their future?
Right.
Except for she's married with 4 kids, but
Right.
But also,
that's just a petty detail, right?
Right,
right,
right, right.
right, yeah. Just a thought, not a fact. Um, I don't know. I just, yeah. Okay.
All right. So one day, this guy walks into the hospital where Bonnie works to visit a friend. And when he locks eyes with Bonnie, they both
No.
know that they will be important to each other. Their
Oh.
eyes share esoteric secrets.
Esoteric secrets.
Please give me
Okay.
the Merriam-Webster definition of esoteric, please. Country of
Um,
origin and use it in a sentence.
please.
Well, she just used it in a sentence, so
Yeah, yeah.
there's that.
Intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with specialized knowledge or interest.
Wow. Esoteric.
Okay.
That's going in
That
the
is
vocab bank.
bizarrely specific though, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, way to describe it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
All right. So, just kidding. The man is there to visit a friend and say hi.
Oh, come on.
This guy is Marshall Applewhite, who looks strikingly like the guy that the psychics described for Bonnie.
Okay.
Right.
So Applewhite works at this theater where he produces kids' plays and teaches drama.
Okay.
And Bonnie's daughter also works there.
Okay.
So it's totally possible that Bonnie and Applewhite met at the theater.
Mhm.
But whatever it was, the
Yeah.
sharing esoteric secrets was how Applewhite would describe their meeting later.
They got
So
heart
I did not
eyes.
pull that out of my
Right.
anything.
Out of my anything.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
is
maybe
not
you
my
hides
word.
her. Yeah,
you
Meg
reached
hides her
way far
thesaurus
back.
behind her.
Yeah.
Just like
Mhm.
put it away.
So the fact is that Nettles and Applewhite are made for each other. They're into the same things. Nettles is doing astrological charts for Applewhite. He's calling her the sage, the speaker.
Oh.
You know, the
Okay.
use when you're
Oh
have
yeah.
a
Right.
spiritual connection with somebody.
hmm
But
That's not my baby. That's my sage.
That's
That's my
my
speaker.
sage. Okay, but let's back up a bit and talk about this mysterious tall man, Marshall Applewhite.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, again, he starts out pretty
Wild
normal.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's born in 1931 in Texas to a Presbyterian minister father. He attends college and decides he's going to become a minister.
Mm.
He gets married, has 2 kids, but while he's in the middle of his seminary studies, he decides to shift gears and get into music
Yep.
and becomes a
Sounds
music
about
director at a Presbyterian church in North Carolina.
okay. Huh. It's an interesting shift, but
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
I mean, I guess it's church music, so I
Yeah.
can see it.
It's still
but-
related, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
You don't
I
want to
don't
be the
know.
leader. You want to be the hype man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets drafted into the army in 1954.
Oh
Yep.
no. Okay.
And then things kind of go off the rails for Applewhite. He gets out of the army and decides
Mhm.
he's going to get a degree in music. Fine.
Okay.
Okay.
And really wants to focus on musical theater and be a star.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's taking this to a whole nother level.
What?
So
It's like I need to be famous.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is it with people wanting to be famous and then they just sort of like derail?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he moves the fam to New York, where he tries to become a singer professionally.
Did you say he moves the fam?
He moves the fam. He moves
I
the whole
love
fam.
that.
The
The fam. I love that.
fam.
Love it. Love it.
So he moves down to New York, but when that doesn't work out, they move down to Alabama.
Heck yeah.
Shout out to our Alabama crew.
Absolutely.
And he is going to teach at the University of Alabama.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But there's a problem, as always. Wait, there's
Lots
more.
of big stars coming from Alabama, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Are you kidding?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
so he's married. We already know
Yes.
this.
Right.
He's
And
got
B,
kids.
he's in the closet.
Okay.
Huh?
So he ends up having relations with a male student at the university and loses not only his job, but his wife.
No, for real. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Even back then. Yeah.
Yeah. And this kind of sets him off on this weird spiral.
Okay.
And he can't decide if he's totally gay or not. And he tries to get into a relationship with this other woman, which doesn't go well. And he's bouncing around jobs at universities. And he ends up resigning from another teaching job in 1970 due to depression and emotional problems.
It's
Okay.
the internalized homophobia from, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Although it is speculated that it was another relationship with a student.
Oh boy.
Don't
Also,
have
you
proof on that
can't be having relationships with your students. I'm so sorry.
Right. Yeah. No, that's
Nope.
not a good look.
That's a power dynamic you cannot. That's just not a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No good. But he can't really get his shit together after this. He's moving to New Mexico. Shout out to my New Mexico crew.
We don't
And-
claim him though.
No.
Party at
And-
Monica's house.
Texas. And he's opening delis. He's
Okay.
doing side jobs at theaters, but he's getting into debt and he's borrowing money from friends.
Okay.
These jumps.
So this is where he's at when he meets Bonnie Nettles.
Okay.
Not a good place. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So
he's
you
like-
kind of feel where he's
Right.
at. Not a good headspace at all.
No.
Right.
Anyway, so Nettles decides to ditch her family.
Gosh.
Husband, kids, and all in 1973.
Ditch
and
the fam?
runs off with, yeah, she ditched the fam to be with Applewhite.
Don't do it. Don't do
No.
it.
No.
Yeah.
It's bad news.
Well, it might have been
Wild.
better for the fams. So,
Well,
Yeah.
yes, but
Fams.
well, they decide to start this group called Heaven's Gate, where she will run the group, but Applewhite will speak for her. And what is being spoken about is the messages that Nettles is receiving from aliens, where they are telling her something about the next level. Not
Right.
sure how it switched from a monk to aliens, but there you have
That-
it.
Hey,
that was a shift. I wasn't anticipating that, but
you
okay.
never know.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe Monk Francis
they're in the ocean.
was an alien. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Right.
don't know.
He's Monk
The
Francis
aliens
is
are
like,
in the
hey,
ocean, so
I got some friends. They're
Yeah.
out of this world. They're crazy, but
dude,
yeah,
from another level.
from another level.
Another level. Yes. So Applewhite and Nettles are in a totally platonic soulmate type of relationship. Okay, it's kind of weird, but
Okay.
they're studying
Bro's like, I'm gay, but I
yeah.
love you specifically.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like one of those things. If I'm not married when I'm 30, then we'll get together.
Right. It is one of
Gotcha.
those things for sure.
Okay.
Okay. So they're studying the Bible and
Okay.
astrology and science fiction, and they come up with an idea.
That is a crazy pie chart. Is
Yeah.
that what they're called?
Oh, your
Venn diagrams.
diagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
gonna say love triangle, maybe.
No. There's no love triangle with the aliens. I will tell you that.
Oh no, that
That's
would
not a
great.
spoiler.
Oh, petty detail, just a thought, not a fact.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
just a thought, not a fact. So they have been chosen. They have higher minds than other people.
Right.
They are the two witnesses in the book of Revelation. They can
Oh.
die, but come back to life because they will be transported to a spaceship.
Woohoo,
Right.
another level.
You know when you read your horoscope and you're like, yeah, this is me. that fits me. I relate to my horoscope on a different level. I feel like they're into a little bit of like playing the main character here. They're like that this book's written for me.
Yeah.
I'm that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wild.
Specifically, the Book of Revelation was made for them.
Which
So.
is yeah.
That's wild though. Like that.
If I
Yeah.
want any book, it's not Revelations. I'm not pulling
Right.
Revelations.
You're like, give me some Psalms or something. Come on.
Yeah.
Something.
Right,
Proverbs maybe? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Aliens, anything.
All right. So what do they do? Well, they write the almighty pamphlet.
Yes.
Oh,
Pamphlets,
we love
baby,
to
for the
see it.
win.
Always a pamphlet.
The Heaven's Gate pamphlet.
Yep.
Coming to stores near you.
And this pamphlet talks about how Jesus has come back
Uh-huh.
and he's a Texan.
As he does. Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't be a Texan and not have crazy long hair or something.
There you go.
Right, right.
Totally fits.
If Jesus were to come back, he'd be a Texan.
He'd be a Texan. Yeah. And he is suspiciously a lot like Applewhite.
Oh, interesting. Convenient how that works.
Yes.
Right, no, for real.
Yeah.
And
the delusion is real.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it
gets
yeah.
worse.
So, and they take this pamphlet and go around to different churches and groups to spread this important realization that they've had.
Mm-hmm.
And people think they're crazy.
Because they are.
Shocker.
Imagine.
Well, when you are crazy, people are going to think you're crazy.
crazy.
I mean...
So this goes on for about a year where they are traveling and spreading their knowledge until August of 1974, when the rental car that Applewhite was divinely authorized to keep is reported stolen by a rental company out of Missouri.
So
because
he
he
stole
didn't
it.
return it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
Divinely authorized. Meaning who stole that thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
divinely authorized.
Mhm.
So even
okay.
Jesus can't get him out of this one, and he gets put in jail for 6 months.
Because he stole a car. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Divinely authorized.
Right, right.
You call it what you want, Meg. He stole a car.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not calling anything what I want. I'm telling you, this was. I cannot make this shit up. Like I'm telling you, this is crazy.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
So while he's in jail, he's really thinking about this concept.
Mhm.
And Applewhite and Nettles decide that their message is lost on humans.
Oh
and
no.
They need to contact the aliens who will be like-minded.
No.
So what do they do? Well, they need a crew. So they start
Us?
putting no.
Oh, thank God.
So they
We're
start
not being
putting...
recruited. It's okay.
No. We are not a cult. We
No.
are not a cult.
The Penny
No.
Details cult.
So they start putting out
not
ads
rebrand.
for meetings. And they're mostly placed around college campuses and like new agey places.
Yeah, if you're gonna try to pull people into your thing, college campus. Fresh new minds, they wanna like divert
try
from their
everything.
past. Yeah, yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick up people at a college campus.
Especially in the mid-70s, so.
Oh, for
Oh
sure.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So at these meetings, Applewhite and Nettles say that the aliens visited the Earth in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And
Of
the
course they did.
aliens are the ones that put humans on Earth.
Right.
Okay. So
Okay.
How does that work with the Bible? I'm not gonna try to understand it.
Nope.
I'm sure it's
Not gonna-
I'm sure they wound it in there somehow, but
Yeah, yeah. They're like these specific pages say
yeah.
don't look at the
Yes.
other ones.
Right. That doesn't
Ignore
count.
the rest.
Yeah.
Right, right,
The
right.
aliens put Adam and Eve there, so there you go.
Ah.
Hey. I'm sure they have cool alien names though.
Oh yeah. Well, they actually do have names. So Applewhite and Nettles start calling themselves Guinea and Pig. And they say that Applewhite is the lab instructor.
Pig is crazy.
Guinea pig.
You had oh that got lost on my little mind. Oh my God. I was like, at least pick a cool name. Guinea's cool. That's awesome.
No.
Pig. Is it at least pig with 2 G's?
No.
Damn. Missed opportunity.
Yeah. And they know that there is another higher evolutionary level called the next level
Right.
because they represent these aliens who have told them all about this experiment.
Okay.
And they want people to join them to take part in this experiment to be collected from Earth by these ancient aliens. Aliens.
Right.
But you can't get into the club right away.
Of course not.
No,
I
Never.
mean, it would not be exclusive if you could.
exactly.
In the
So-
club, we're all fam. I don't
Oh,
know if
yeah.
y'all know
Yeah.
what that is. Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
club.
Yes, he's
In
gonna
the
make
club.
he's gonna make his own fam. So this is like a don't call
No.
us, we'll call you type of thing, which is
Okay.
kind of weird. But in 1975, they get about 25 people to agree to join this club.
Oh
Oh,
my
man.
God.
And a little later in 1975, they get another 30 people to join.
Oh,
But
that's still a good chunk.
Wow.
yeah, but this gets the attention of the papers.
Right.
And
That many
again,
people joining, yeah.
people are thinking they're crazy.
All right. Is this also like satanic panic like times? Like when it was
It's
like, or I thought
close to
earlier?
it. It's close
to
to
it?
but
Okay.
yeah. But this is about the time that the media starts to label this as a cult.
Right. Right.
Way
They're
back
like,
in
hey,
75.
red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. May want
And
to
they
steer
start
clear.
talking about brainwashing and getting
Mhm.
former members to talk to them. So basically, they're bashing this group as a weird little like new age cult.
Right.
Hmm.
And
They're talking about
Applewhite,
aliens.
right.
Yeah.
And Applewhite and Nettles are not just annoyed that they've been accused of brainwashing.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Of course not.
they are annoyed that they've been lumped in with the New Agers because New Age is too human.
So they're the hipsters.
Yeah.
They're
So
like,
it's not the brainwashing. It's not the fact that they got called a cult.
right.
It's the fact that they got lumped in with the New Age movement. Okay.
They're like, no, we're doing all of those things. We were not a new age group.
No.
Exactly.
Priorities.
Do not put us in the
Priorities.
box. Yeah.
Doggone it.
So they don't want to brainwash people. They want people
Mhm.
to join the group of their own free will.
Okay.
And they
And then
actually
they'll
do.
brainwash
That's
them.
not like a that's not like
Yeah.
And then brainwash them to
Then
stay.
Then
yeah,
they'll
they just found
brainwash 'em.
other crazy people to join them.
Yeah.
So they're traveling with their group of about 70 followers around campgrounds, and Applewhite and Nettles have now taken new names, Bo and Peep.
And their
No.
sheep.
They're pulling the wool over their eyes.
Yeah,
Yes, is what
I don't.
exactly what they're
Yeah.
doing.
I got nothing on that. I don't know.
I think
Their
I think it is
followers
a
are their
sheep
sheep,
reference.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They are then the shepherds.
Oof.
And the group is taught that Jesus
Real
said
creative.
that
Mhm.
there are no worldly attachments. So no homes, no jewelry, no TVs, no newspapers. But this also extends to no family, no friends, no drugs or alcohol, no facial hair,
No alcohol. No, I'm just kidding.
and
No facial hair.
absolutely
That's actually
no
surprising.
yeah, and absolutely no sexuality.
Okay.
Like you cannot be sexual or you have no self-identification of sexuality.
A little bit of both.
Because I feel like cults normally there's some sex stuff happening.
Yeah, there's other stuff happening, but that's not one of them.
There's worse stuff. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
so
other stuff.
so petty detail. This group also have to change their name, but you can't just
Oh.
choose a different name.
They got
Yeah.
trademarked.
No, like the
Copyright
people in the group have to choose new names,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
right?
I see.
And you
Are
can't
they
just
also
choose whatever.
pun names? Oh, you can't choose.
No. So
Okay.
you have to have 3 consonants
Oh
and
no.
then OD at the end. So you would be
No.
I don't even know what 3 consonants are that you can put together like that.
Comrody, like Kmrod.
Yeah.
Comrody.
Yeah.
If I was using my name, okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Wild.
I wonder why the Odie at the end.
I
To make them look like a fool, I would assume.
Well,
I don't know.
Or is that what the aliens wanted?
It's probably what the
I
aliens
need
wanted.
to know. I
it's
need
probably
to
what the
know.
aliens wanted.
Yeah. I don't know.
And this
There
is how you
wasn't a lot
get
of
pulled
information
into a
about that
cult.
part.
I need
Yeah.
to know, therefore I go, therefore I get brainwashed, therefore I stay.
That's right. But you're not
Therefore not
brainwashed.
happening.
You're not brainwashed.
Oh, true. They're not brainwashing. Right.
No. They can leave at any time, any moment.
That's right.
But you
So-
now have Odie at the end of your name.
Yes. So then
Legally, or they are just
No.
like in passing? Okay, I was gonna
Yeah.
say that's
That's
like
what
it's
they call
harder
each other.
to
Yeah.
legally change your name that
Yeah.
way.
So then at some point, Applewhite and Nettles decide they aren't going to hold these meetings anymore.
Oh, okay.
And that doesn't mean that they aren't telling their followers what the group is all about, though. They say the Bible is a record of the aliens visiting humans. And they say that they are going to be assassinated, and their followers would witness this, and that there will be a UFO visit in Wyoming.
Okay.
Oh, to me, these far-fetched ideas like are crazy enough to be like they couldn't have pulled this out of their head. They have
This
to
is
be,
see,
like,
and this is why you
it's like,
join a cult, because you're
Right.
like,
that's
This is
too
a little too
crazy.
far-fetched to be made up.
Right.
uh,
Y'all gotta catch me, bruh.
And this
That-
is how we lose Cam to
this
a
is how
cult.
we lose Cam. To a
Yeah,
cult.
I'm like, hey, you guys join, and then you guys tell some people, and they join, and
Yeah,
it's just a multi-level marketing campaign.
it is. It's a little
Yeah.
pyramid scam thing.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, so
Not again.
but when this UFO visit doesn't come to fruition,
Right, because you know
shockingly, right?
Right. Yeah.
it's not real.
Applewhite and Nettles say that they were assassinated by the press when all the bad media stories came out in 1975, so that counts.
Not
And
you
the
twisting your
UFO
words.
visit, that's been canceled.
Nettle's got a direct message. Oh no, we're changing our minds. We're canceling
That's
this
been
one.
canceled.
They
went- yeah.
canceled.
They're
Oh
on
my
a tour
God.
at a different galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ran long. They aren't gonna make our
Right.
visit.
Not it got canceled, bruh. Not like a concert,
And
bruh.
it gets worse. Okay.
No refunds.
And
No refund.
yeah, so Applewhite and Nettles have to change their name yet again.
Okay.
Why? What's happening?
I don't know. So this time they change it to
What's-
Doe and T.
Dodie.
No, one is Doe, one is T.
Yeah.
Okay.
One
I
was
was
guinea,
trying to
one
put
was
it,
pig, one
yeah, I
was
was trying to
Right.
put them together.
bow,
So
one
Oh,
was
and
fa,
Pete.
la, T, da,
Yeah.
that one.
Oh
So
gosh.
a deer, a female deer.
Male
Yeah.
tier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it now. Okay. So they're little star clusters, which is
Oh
what
wait, that's cute. So sorry. Y'all need to pull me out of a cult,
Yeah.
bruh.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my god, they're such a cute name.
And they get to be in star clusters. Oh,
Right.
come back,
And I get
Cam,
to
come
add
back.
Odie to the end of my name.
oh
So
I'm just
that's
happy
what they're
to be
calling
here.
that's what they're calling their followers, just to keep roaming around the country, living in
Oh.
campgrounds for another 3 years.
Parts of this is beautiful. Parts of it, insane.
It's all insane, Cam.
God.
Okay.
It is.
And by this time, they have some rules.
Oh, see, I can't do rules. I'm not a rules guy. I don't know.
No, nope.
And
So
that's what checks Cam.
That's what I'm like. Oh, wait a minute.
I think there are some things later on that would definitely check Cam out of this. So I don't think we'll need to point those
there
out.
were
He'll
things
know.
you've mentioned so
Yeah.
far that have checked me in and out. Yeah.
Yeah.
In and
But
out.
as always, on
In
Petty
and out.
Details, it gets worse.
Right.
But wait, there's more.
Okay, so Applewhite and Nettles will only talk to the group through writing or through another person. That's rule number one.
And
Okay.
They will never die. And they say that they are the only ones who can receive these messages from aliens. None of the followers will ever receive a message directly from the aliens.
Of course not.
They're not real.
Real?
That's
it's
like
not
every cult.
happening.
I think that's every
Right.
single cult
Right.
rule.
Right.
You separate the leaders
Mhm.
from everybody
Mhm.
else because then they can't be fact checked.
Right.
Exactly.
And
No
for
fact checking.
no.
for,
And
for years.
for any decision that the followers need to make, they need to consult Applewhite and Nettles through the assistant, of course.
Oh,
Wild.
naturally.
Also, as the assistant, you can say whatever the hell you want. You can say Applewhite said this. They'll never
Oh,
know.
yeah.
That's true.
Right?
Like that to me, that's the power. The
Power
assistant.
trip right there.
Yep.
So by some point in 1979, the group comes into some money. And nobody really knows where it comes from, but they use it to rent houses.
Okay.
And they
But
have
no earthly
I
about
thought we're supposed to have no
possessions.
homes.
Right.
because they've been
Yeah.
living in campgrounds. So yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
And there was speculation that like one of the followers, you know, got an inheritance or something, but nobody ever proved where this money came from. So by
Okay.
this
It
time
was a
they
government
have
grant.
yeah.
Yeah.
By this time they have about 40 followers and they are living in like
Okay.
2 houses. And then Applewhite and Nettles have their own house.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay. But this doesn't mean that they can stop training for the next level.
Absolutely not.
They test the followers by having them wait all night outside for a UFO visit. And when it doesn't show up, it's only a test.
Of course, it's not gonna show up.
It's
It
only
was
a
only a
test.
test, but it got canceled.
It got canceled.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They went to the next borough over.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be back.
So the whole time this training is going on, the followers are having their devotion tested. And they're like desperate for approval.
Which is why they're there. Okay.
Right.
Right.
But
Right.
by the early 80s, Applewhite and Nettles figure out that they need some money. So they start letting their followers have jobs. And they also figure out that families of the followers are going to cause trouble for them. So they start relaxing the rule of no family. And they let their followers call their families, visit on holidays. And basically, this is done to shut the families up. Show them, look, your family member has free will. They want to be in this group.
Right. They choose to be here.
Mm-hmm. And in 1983, Nettles, who has had cancer years before, has the cancer come back.
Ooh.
And she dies in 1985. Obviously, this is a shock.
Because she's not supposed to be able to die.
Right.
It's rule number 1.
Exactly.
Right.
She's their leader. She wasn't supposed to be able to die. And the followers are starting to question, like, what the hell? Like, how did this happen?
They're just now starting to question.
Yeah.
This is what sets them off.
You're telling me
They're
that
just like
you've been lying to me this whole
canceled.
time?
Right. The UFO trip or the UFO sighting in Wyoming got canceled.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, among a bunch of other things, but whatever.
Mhm.
Like,
Lie after lie after lie.
Yeah.
Right.
So Applewhite has to scramble for an explanation, and he comes up with, oh yeah, she's traveling to the next level, but she had to abandon her body for the trip because she had too much energy to stay here on Earth.
Oh, she rocket manned.
Yep.
And they ate it up with
I'm sure they did.
spoons
Yep.
like crazy.
Yeah. They totally believe him. But
she'll be back
Applewhite
until it's canceled.
Right? Well, no, she's not coming back because she's up there.
She's in the next level.
She's gone. Okay.
Yeah, she's on
She's
the
the
next
new
level.
communicator between.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
But Applewhite is kind of freaking out. As we know, he's not the most mentally stable guy. Right. And Nettles had really held him together all these years. So when she dies, he's questioning this life's purpose. He's super depressed. And he goes even more off the rails than the whole aliens are taking us to a higher evolution thing.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
didn't think that could happen, right?
Right. She didn't think that was possible, but here we are.
Yeah.
So he says that Nettles is still communicating with him.
Yeah.
But he was left behind because he has to learn. but that she is now, because we got to change names, she's now to be called the Father.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And the followers, all of them, need to marry him in a non-legal ceremony that he makes up.
All 45-ish?
Men,
Okay.
women. Yeah.
All of them.
Oh.
All of them.
Oh, man.
And he's really leaning into this whole I'm the second coming of Jesus thing that had been in the pamphlets.
You know,
Uh-huh.
when Jesus marries all 40-something of his followers, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
in the
that part,
Bible.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Yikes. Yeah.
So although he never actually says that, he is saying things like he's the only way that they can be saved, that they need to have faith in what he's saying, and that instead of what he told them
Normal cult
before,
things.
that in death your physical body would ascend to the spaceship. Well, that wasn't totally right because he has learned that death can be spiritual.
He's still learning. Gotcha.
He's still learning.
Right. He's like, oh, I was wrong.
Yeah.
But,
I got it now.
Yeah.
got it. Just took nettles to go up.
Yeah.
Now I'm listening to the Father.
Uh-huh.
So this means that their spirits will travel to the spaceship, but not your physical body. That's going to be left behind. And on the ship, you'll get a new body, which you can take to other planets and grant them evolution. And obviously, he has to do this because he has to really reinforce the story he told about Nettles dying.
He has to make it so obviously like they can never prove or like disprove that this will happen because none of it's real.
Right.
He has to make the entire thing false.
Yeah.
Just
and
to
so
keep
far-fetched.
Right.
Right.
And it's all stuff that you won't figure out until you die. So
exactly. So once you're dead,
right.
That's it.
But the aliens and the Father are still communicating with Applewhite. So he learns that Jesus was actually one of these aliens. He came to Earth to help humanity, but figured out that humanity wasn't ready. So he was killed and his body rose into the spaceship, not into heaven.
Into the spaceship.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's like second officer on the spaceship.
I missed that in Sunday school.
Yeah.
I think I think there was a book behind all the other books that did say that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But that's okay because there's another opportunity for humans to get into this alien heaven thing, right?
Naturally.
But
alien
there's
heaven.
always a but. It only comes every 2 millennia, which is good news since it's right around the corner in the 1990s.
Woohoo.
Oh my gosh. Right. Okay.
Yep.
So, as we said before, after Nettles died, Applewhite is not holding together very well.
Was he really holding together very well before she died, though?
I feel like she was his.
I mean,
his.
Oh yeah,
like whirling anchor, pretty much.
Yeah.
Where it was just like they're doing crazy shit, but at least they're grounded in something. Maybe. Yeah. And now she's gone, and he's like, "Well, I can do whatever the hell I want, and no one can say anything about it." You know what I mean?
And just completely flying off into left field. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Everyone marry me. I am Jesus, and we will all go up. Not our physical bodies, but we will all go up.
And
to a spaceship.
I'm a little confused.
Pour one out for the homies.
How he is the second coming of Jesus, but Jesus was an alien. But he never says that he's an alien.
Well, that's just inferred.
Well, yeah.
So,
that's just an understood point. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I missed that whole part. I'm not getting this. But so he starts to get super conspiracy theory heavy. And
now he does?
Now he does. And he's sure that the people are out to get his group. He's sure that the government is trying to take the group down.
Right. They are.
Right. Well, at this point, I don't think anybody cares what this group is doing.
No.
nobody
I
really
mean,
knows
nobody's
what's
actually
going on.
out to get them,
Except for
but
their family members, just like, where the hell are you at?
Yeah.
What are you
Right.
doing?
And he's sure that anyone who isn't in his group has been brainwashed by Lucifer.
there's that brainwashing again.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Hold on.
Oh, there's more.
Lucifer is
Right.
also an alien.
Of course,
Mhm.
because I
But
mean,
he-
Jesus and Lucifer are brothers, so
Right.
Yep.
But he's
This is true.
evil and trying to keep them from going to the next level.
Bad alien.
Yeah. So he's sure that there's going to be an apocalypse soon. Because that's
bad
always what
alien.
happens, right?
Yes.
Man,
Okay,
I
so
think I'm losing the what's that called? Losing the track, something like
yeah.
that. I'm off the
Yeah.
rails,
Yeah, you're off the
basically. I don't know
No,
what the
no,
I don't know what the
they
I
were
don't know what
off
the
the
hell's
rails.
going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
So because everyone is out to get them, they have to keep a low profile. Okay. So us like 80s, early 90s, nobody really knows who these people are.
Right.
They heard about them in the 70s, but haven't heard about
They're
them
worried
since.
about Princess Diana and what else is in the
Yes.
80s? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, there were other cults, I'm sure that there were.
Right.
Okay, but that all changes around 1992 when Applewhite decides that
Oh, she can't say it with a straight face.
that they need to make a 12-part series that talks about all this information, and he's going to broadcast it.
The 12
So
steps, yay.
I kid you not, these videos are terrifying.
Oh yeah.
I've seen them.
Oh.
That's how I knew about this.
Yeah.
They're scary.
No.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
wacky,
Creepy.
wacky.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Listeners, go after you're done with this video, go watch some,
Right.
and
But
you'll
don't
understand.
join the cult.
No.
Do not. Well, you can't. I think it's over.
And
Don't
since
restart the
Unless,
cult.
right, don't
unless, unless. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
well, we'll get there. So, and
Oh
since
no.
he's not sure that we'll get to enough people,
Right.
he puts out a $30,000 full-page ad in USA Today about the apocalypse that's coming.
Oh my God.
$30,000?
Bro better be lucky he didn't have a YouTube channel.
Where?
Could you imagine?
Oh my
No.
God, he would have been the first influencer for sure.
Where
He'd have
did
been
he
on
get this
trending
money?
every day.
Yeah. Because then he finds the internet, and of course he has to have a website.
Duh.
Yep.
Naturally.
But as we know, the internet comes with some trolling.
Oh,
course.
so much trolling.
And Heaven Gates saw this, as Daniel Wojcik wrote in his 97 book, The End of the World as We Know It, Faith, Fatalism, and the Apocalypse in America. The group's beliefs were generally ignored or ridiculed on the internet. He also says that this response to their teachings might have been a trigger to what happened in the future.
Oh.
So in 1995, the group buys a 40-acre plot in New Mexico.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
think
remember
there.
Hey,
that.
you got to be really
Yeah.
close to the aliens, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there have been a couple
Yeah.
cults that tried to put down roots in New Mexico.
There
I
have
remember
been,
There's
correctly.
just
yeah.
so much land.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they build this structure that they call the Earth Ship.
That place is
Oh,
wild.
no.
And
It's still up?
I don't know if it's still up.
Oh.
You know what? I don't know. Let me look. Continue.
Actually, we should do a trip, a field trip to
One
the
more
Earth
field trip
ship.
adding into the list.
Yeah.
All right. So, his whole like plan is he's going to make this land into a monastery.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With the Earth ship. But
Of course,
is it still up?
these sentences.
I don't know. My internet's moving really slow. Hang
Oh.
on. Keep going, and
Okay.
I'll let you know when I get there.
But by this time, Applewhite is like getting older. He's slowing down. He's having some health issues, and it's cold
Right.
outside.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, fuck this, and they move to houses in San Diego instead.
Right. Sunny and 75.
Right. So, petty detail. In
Oh,
1996, the group started a company called Higher Source that would build websites. However, by
no.
1997, it was closed. The
Okay.
startup costs had been too high and they didn't bring in enough to cover those. Plus, some clients denied saying that they had website work done and wouldn't pay the bills.
Oh,
But the thought was that the clients were possibly embarrassed at being associated with a cult.
yeah.
It,
Like, oh,
mhm.
we third party source, but I
Yeah.
won't tell you if you.
Whoops.
Yeah.
So by the time they get to San Diego, between Applewhite's fragile mental state and his ongoing, still, um, sexuality indecision, he
Still?
just, yeah, still.
Bro, you gotta know by now.
No, he does not.
Like,
So
just
He doesn't.
he doesn't. So he decides that if humans want to evolve to the next level, they can't be sexual beings, which we've already kind of talked about.
Yep.
okay. Oh God, what's gonna happen? She said it's worse than sex. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I love the look on her face.
Okay, so that's the thing that's really like tying humans to Earth, is this whole sexuality thing.
It's sex? Okay.
Mhm. And the good aliens don't have anything as mundane as reproductive organs.
Mm.
Only the Lucifer aliens have genders.
Oh, the good ones
Okay.
are just like Barbie smooth.
Right.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yes.
Okay.
They have transcended beyond the need for that. Yeah.
Right.
Genitals.
So the best idea is for everyone to wear the same type of clothes that hide the body shape. They should all get the same like androgynous haircut.
Okay.
And this is where I think Cam would check out. They have to be castrated.
Wow.
Oh no. That's
Oh,
crazy. That is
yeah.
crazier than sex.
That's
That's wild.
I tried to tell you, I was like, hold on.
Castrated is crazy.
Yeah.
No, I checked out way before that, but
Good
that's
thing.
the last straw. You're not taking my buddies.
Yeah.
They're
So,
mine.
shockingly, Applewhite can't find a doctor in the US to do this.
No, because it's not.
Oh, yeah, right. Like,
Right.
shocker.
So he goes down to Mexico.
No, okay. It's,
No.
And
pay him enough
Applewhite,
money.
yeah, Applewhite and 7 of his followers are castrated.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Wild.
Yes.
And people
So
think
now what do
mental
you
illness
do?
is not a thing. What?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then Hale Bop comes around.
Oh,
Who?
Hail Bop.
It was a comet.
The comet, Hail Bop.
Oh, like in a comet in the sky. Okay.
Hmm.
Comet. Okay.
Yeah. And the aliens tell him that Nettles is
Oh,
on a spaceship that is trailing the comet, and she's coming to get them.
She's gonna do a
bro's
fly.
done.
She's
Bro.
gonna do a flyby.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So in March of 1997, the group starts to prepare to leave the Earth and join up with the spaceship. They record farewell messages and have a party, and you can find those on the internet.
Mm.
No.
Yeah, and they're happy. They're like having a ball, and
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
they are
Yeah.
not scared or
No, they're fully brainwashed. Yeah,
they
there's
are on
no
board
doubt in
with
their
this.
mind. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Applewhite records his own message where he's talking about the act that they are about to do is called the final exit.
Yeah, I
And
saw that. That one's
right.
so scary.
And the
It
group
gave me the
hates
ick.
this world.
Yeah.
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 So the plan is that they will commit suicide in shifts. They will all put on the same uniform with the Heaven's Gate away team patch.
Hmm.
They will all put on the same shoes. They will take the same barbiturates, and they will drink some vodka and put a bag over their heads. Then the living group will cover them with purple sheets and repeat the process.
I was gonna say why shifts, but I guess if you have to be covered with a purple sheet, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you're the last one? Do you put the sheet over yourself?
We'll get to that. So this
Okay, I was gonna say like
continues. So this continues for 3 days.
Hey, if you find me, please put a purple sheet over me.
Right.
Yeah, so this continues over 3 days. And that's where the former member, D'Angelo, comes into the story when he receives the goodbye videotapes.
Former member?
Yes. That's why he was sent the videotapes.
Oh my
So
gosh.
he was in the cult and
So
he
he
got
got
out.
out.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Wow.
So, petty
Dang.
detail, as early as 1994, Applewhite had put forth the topic of shedding their human husks.
Okay, I was gonna say I've heard that like
Ugh.
specific phrase before when related to Heaven's Gate. Like
Yeah.
any discussions or whatever, that was a big thing for him, for Applewhite was like, yeah,
Yeah.
shedding a husk. It was
But
very
that's,
weird visualization, but
yeah.
yeah.
But that's 3 years
Right.
before this happened.
Yeah.
Another petty detail, former members and their attorney helped the police identify the deceased members by sending them a chart and any relevant information on the members, although there were
Oh
IDs in
wow.
everybody's pockets.
Oh wow.
Oh.
So, according to former members, this act wouldn't have been seen as suicide. Suicide would have been if they had stayed behind to face the recycling as an ordinary human.
If they had stayed with the Lucifer
Right.
Yeah.
aliens.
Mhm.
So they wow. Their Earth suicide is not suicide.
Yeah. No,
Right.
they're just getting rid
Stops.
of their husks. They don't care.
If you live, then you are dead, type of thing.
Yeah.
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 Mhm. Um, but are these
Interesting.
followers just like young hippies or what? No.
I was gonna say some of them probably were, but not all of them.
These are people that are looking for some kind of truth.
Hmm.
He has followers that are computer scientists, people from rich families, a
Oh,
politician from Colorado,
what?
and another petty detail here, even the brother of Nichelle Nichols, who was on Star Trek, the original Star Trek.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh
A
no.
politician.
These are like
Dang.
normal,
Yes.
kind of smart people. Yeah.
Well, smart,
Right.
successful people. Like,
Hmm.
Too
I
smart for
mean,
their own good, I guess.
success is defined differently for everybody, but
Mhm.
I mean, they're in positions that you would normally deem successful,
Yeah.
like that's crazy. Wow.
So these people who saw themselves as prophets and martyrs, they
Mhm.
were the true believers who would put the alien god above their self-preservation because they didn't need their bodies anymore.
Hmm.
So why would they need their physical bodies when the aliens are going to give them new ones and it's going to be
Right.
a higher evolutionary body?
Right.
Mhm.
Well, this isn't a thing. This isn't a thing.
Right.
Okay. On their website, they wrote, quote, "The kingdom of God, the level above human, is a physical world where they inhabit physical bodies. However, those bodies are merely containers, suits of clothes."
Dang.
Okay.
And this isn't necessarily a cult-like thought. There are plenty of religions or ideas out there about reincarnation or leaving
Hmm.
the
Mhm.
physical body for, say, heaven, right?
Hmm.
Right.
Um, but this group really gave the followers a sense of belonging. It
Mhm.
mixed religion with science fiction, and at the end, put in a dash of the internet.
Yeah.
But the majority of these people, unlike Applewhite, do not look crazed or like obsessed or
Hmm.
alien
Right.
or anything. They look pretty normal, both on paper and in interactions.
Hmm.
They're
Um,
like content.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they found their
yeah. It's just
Right.
purpose.
like you went to church on Sunday. It's
Right.
Yeah.
you're not gonna go around talking about it.
Right.
Right.
So, surviving cult members, and from what we can see in the videos of the members who died, they seem very happy. They're
Hmm.
cooperative. They're pleasant to be around. Was a quote.
Damn.
Interesting.
And apparently, the group had a pretty good sense of humor. almost like they were hanging out with family on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So, what happens after this mass suicide that was all over the news? Media circus, of course.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although this wasn't the first time that they had been written about recovered, which we know went all the way back to the 70s, this was a huge story.
Oh yeah.
It was everywhere. Alan Hale, who is the co-discoverer of the comet Hale-Bopp, was asked for comment on this. And basically he said that this was a delusion, that there wasn't an, quote, imaginary spacecraft following the comet.
He basically said they're Delulu.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah, and don't associate me with this shit.
Right.
So
Take
another
my
petty
name out of that.
detail, according to a former member, there was a misconception that Heaven's Gate believed there was a craft following the comet. They instead believed that it was the omen that they had been waiting for.
Oh.
Interesting.
So that's
Okay.
why Alan Hale said there was nothing there, because there was nothing there.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Petty detail. Hale did say that when he discovered the comet, he told someone that he expected to see some suicides as a result of the comet.
Damn.
He already knew
Oh.
this was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. People think that's world ending sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So not all the Heaven's Gate members were at the compound when the suicide took place. We know at least 4 former members committed suicide after the incident in San Diego.
Really?
they were like, we are late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And petty detail, there were copycat suicides of people not associated with Heaven's Gate.
Oh.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And there have been a ton of reasons put forth as to why this happened. Everything from being part of the baby boomer slash flower power generation to craziness around the coming year of 2000 to lure of internet and technology. Like, it's all over the place. But there's no real like one size fits all reason out there
Right.
of why this even happened. And to answer your question, Cam, I believe there were 2 people that did not have the sheets on them because they were the last ones.
They were the last ones.
Oh, gotcha.
But as we said before, you thought that the cult was gone, and it is not.
No.
Yes. There are still believers out there.
Oh boy.
There was a book written in 1998 about their beliefs that was published by the Taylor Foundation.
Okay.
And the Heaven's Gate website is still up. Although it looks straight out of 1997. And I checked this.
Oh.
Hasn't been updated since then, but yeah.
You better antivirus your computer.
Right.
No telling.
Another petty
gosh.
detail. The address that is listed on the website was associated with a Shapir type location, kind of in a strip mall. The location was apparently owned by former members, but this was not disclosed to the media. And they only said that Heaven's Gate had rented boxes there.
Okay.
But it looks like the place closed around 2017.
Huh.
2017? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Petty detail. Former members were sent goodbye videotapes, as we've said before, but a couple former members were also sent power of attorneys over everyone in the group. Meaning, if someone had survived, these members would have had legal authority.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
So, like, some of these former members are not quite former members, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They're more like outside help kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Another petty detail. Some of the members who died were found to have $5 and or change in their pockets. And according to former members, this was an inside joke. Because, they're funny.
Right.
Right.
So,
Funny,
Senses of
haha.
humor.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's not funny, terrifying or anything.
no.
No.
Yeah.
So one of the rules of the group followed was to carry around $5 and some change to cover vagrancy fines in any state and to call the house if they were running late,
Oh
Oh my
man.
God.
which is kind of funny.
And
That is
yeah.
crazy.
But yeah, if I was just looking at it, I'd be like, what the hell is going on with this? But yeah, it was like an inside joke. So over the years, Heaven's Gate has been a popular subject for documentaries, articles, movies, and even songs. Back in 1979, a guy made a made for TV movie about then called, quote, Mysterious 2, which aired in 1982. Since then, there have been a bunch of documentaries. There was a movie in 2023 called The Leader with Michael C. Hall, which is Dexter. Vera Farmiga, which is Orphan. She
Hmm.
played the mom on Bates Motel. And she played Nettles in the movie.
Okay.
And Tim Blake Nelson, who's Delmar in Oh Brother Where Art Thou, who played
Yeah.
Applewhite.
Oh wow.
And I can totally
Whoa.
see him as Applewhite.
Yep. I can too.
In 2018, Lil Uzi Vert had a logo on his quote Eternal a Take album that
Hmm.
looked like the Heaven's Gate logo.
Oh God.
And he was sued by former members.
Did they win?
Yes, the cover was released with a different picture.
Look at that.
Wild.
So there are still people out there that,
Yeah. So I was gonna say former members.
yeah. So this isn't, I wouldn't call it a former cult.
Yeah.
It's still out there. It's just not quite as structured, I don't think.
Wow.
Okay, so our last petty detail. The shoes worn by the group were Nike Decades. They were discontinued after the incidents.
Yeah.
Probably figure out why. But
Yeah.
you can find the white or blue ones on eBay for about $200 and up, right?
Yeah.
And a black pair, pre-owned, mind you, were on there for $1,400.
Pre-owned?
Pre-owned, with the
Ew.
brand new ones in the box going for about 5,000.
Dang. For a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
I can see why Nike discontinued them, but
Oh
dang.
yeah, they were like, hell no, we're not being associated with it.
Do not associate us with anything. Yeah. Anything to do with that. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
So there you go. That is the long and twisted tale of Gates cult.
Heaven's
It's
Gate.
wild,
Dang.
right?
Yeah. And I could not find anything about the Earthship. It was supposedly left partially constructed. I
Okay.
guess when they left New Mexico, they hadn't finished it.
Did they say where it was in New Mexico?
I think it said the Manzano Mountains.
Okay.
But I don't know exactly where. But yeah,
Interesting.
and I don't know if it's like been demolished since then,
Yeah, I mean it's been
or if
30
it's
years, right?
still like partially constructed. I don't know, but
Interesting.
yeah,
Well, if anybody knows, let us know.
right. If anybody's been there,
Yeah,
let us know what it looks like, or let us know what it's like.
exactly. All right. So stay petty, my friends, and
Yeah.
don't join any cults.
No, cults are bad.
All right. Bye.
See ya.